Okay, so this video will be me using me making a hot air balloon in Roblox. The first time, and since I can't find any multiple weld stuff that don't say that are not created from a third party, because all of them seem to be created from a third party. Looking for any of them, and I can't find any. So I'll just have to just union it together, the structure. Okay. So insert a part. This will be the base, maybe not this big. Okay. I'm going to make the hot air storage all the way up high, very high up. I'm gonna see if I can't use meshes and unions here, so I'll have to just use a normal sphere, and this will be 20 by 20 by 20, and it can store a lot of the hot air. Maybe 24 by 24 by 24. That should be big enough. Okay. I'm going to add some of these screens here that will actually show stuff to probably make it a little more interesting, instead of not having any display showing it all. And I don't really use and rotate if I'm just changing in which direction it would be pointing. I actually just use the resize tool. Okay, these are the displays. So I'm going to add a folder, put a main called displays. put all these on binary display. It will show like some random stuff, like all of this, and I can actually just search for this and it will come up soon. It does take it does some random stuff. Maybe it's a random chance. Okay. Speed, display, and finally force display. So binary display, very simple. I just have to link this to this text label. I'm going to find a random font. I'm gonna choose this one, then a transparency of 1. I'm also going to make each of these have a light, be like backlit. No shadows. Gonna put this as the background color. Binary number, and then I'm going to do 0.1, then this will be 0.9. Binary number 0000000, because there is no binary yet. Okay, I'm going to put all of this into a model. Hot air balloon. And I can get rid of this print and say workspace dot hot air balloon dot main dot displays dot binary display dot. Then I have to do binary text depending on dot binary the surface graphical user interface dot binary text equals they have hit 1. I'm just going to go to the print It's gonna go before. Okay, I have the clock speed there. I didn't mean to put that plus there. Then I'm going to put all of this in there. And then run, and it's working. It actually shows the binary number, but it's not really that balanced. It's not that good because it just immediately falls. But it does work. Now I have to make a text scaled. Oh, it's already scaled. Gonna do 75. Okay. I have to anchor each display. And then I'm going to make an array of buttons here. A lot of buttons. Which will be all the controls needed. For the hot air balloon to actually work. So this first one will make it go up here. I'm going to put all of these in buttons. Structure. These will go in there. I'm gonna add this and then text label. I'm gonna have to make it face at the top so it can actually be seen. And also it's the wrong way. So I can fix that by setting rotation to 90. Or not 90, but 180. Because there's no spawn location. So I can't tell which way it is. So I'm gonna do 180. And now that's correct. It's still a little wrong. So 1010. That'll make it full. Completely full. And then I'm gonna make it say up. So it's gonna make it move upwards. The balloon, the hot air balloon. And then on here I'm going to choose this font. We'll go upwards. So border size pixel 0, so there's no border. And then I'm going to have to choose a certain amount of pixels per solid. Okay, I have to add a click detector and a script. And then to this union I have to add a body force. Zero, zero, zero. And then I'm not going to anchor anything because it's going to move with the hot air balloon. So I'm going to have to make a lot of weld constraints. This one will go from here to here. So weld constraint, I'll take this and then weld that to there. I'm going to have to do the same with this. This time I'm going to change the part 0 to the object. weld constraint, which will weld this to the union, the structure, or maybe just the just like the body, and just in this, the holder that will actually hold all the buttons. Okay. Script.parent. Click the, and first I'm going to do local step increment L and change this in a certain amount of steps, certain amount of force. So for example, if this was 50 and I clicked it once, then it will be this. So I'm gonna do 50 here. Script.parent. And this will go all the way to the part itself. Click the detector. This. Dot mouse click. Oh, the text once clicked. Then connects the given function to the event and return that in RBX script connection, and that we represents it. So connect function, then this, in parentheses, then they'll make a new end with the closing parentheses. So I'm going to move everything into this hot air balloon model, all the folders. So I can say script.parent, and then structure.union.body force.for plus equals vector3.new. This step increment 0, and then the step increment, and then 0. So I'm going to test it out. So I'm going to go, there's only a one-way entrance. And also, I forgot to weld this part. So, weld constraint, and it'll allow it to move freely. That's why I use the weld constraint, so it will move with it. While still staying with it. I can't move. I don't know why that acted like I could climb it. Then I need a lot of force. And I'm gonna see if it's actually detecting the click. It is. It just needs a lot of clicks. If I want to actually get it going up, I'm going to just see if I can manually set it. So I have to set through the server. Probably something's anchored and preventing it from moving the balloon itself. Might be because the displays are touching each other. Maybe because it's a little this fuel isn't a little too low, maybe. Does it want to take off? just think where it was. Body force. Let's see if force applies. It does apply. It just needed a lot of force. So depending on that, I'll need a big step increment, a very big one, just to actually get it to fly. I just set to a very big number, and then it went too high, and my plane fell. It's going up, and also I don't have enough jump power. It's going way too fast. Oh no, it's rotating now. I should use a body velocity instead. 0.15 is the step increment. Okay. Going to change this body force to a body velocity. Also, it's gonna basically have infinite force. It's gonna be like infinite force on here. So 0, 0, 0, and then body velocity dot velocity. Okay, it's gonna apply as much force as it can to actually get it moving up. So it won't just be increasing the speed and get faster and faster. It'll only get faster when I click it. Also, I'm gonna make sure that there's no rotation, as little as possible. So, just gonna type a lot of random numbers into this. Okay. It shouldn't work. It should actually give it make it not be able to rotate. It might actually be working. I'm just going to make sure that the rotation always stays at 0. So while I wait, do script drop here dot rotation equals vector 3 dot new 0, 0, 0. That'll make sure it's always set to what it's supposed to be. Always 0, 0, 0. I'm gonna get it flying into here. One of the displays is not welded correctly. Not even welded. Nothing's welded to it. Nothing's moving with it. It is moving with it. It's just getting very off. Maybe it's because of that rotation script causing it to do that. So I'm just going to have the rotation setter there. Get up into the air. I'm actually going to ununion this so it's all this, and then I can move this all the way up, then move these supports all the way up, and then union it back together to form all the weld stuff. So I'm going to see if it broke the weld. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like the weld got broken. It is broken. Because that part was no longer available. That means I have to weld everything back to the union part, to the single part, to that union, and also this board holder, but not the buttons, because the board holder still exists. The button holder board still exists. That holds all the buttons. Also, Happy New Year's to everyone. In all different time zones. It's New Year's in all different time zones. In every time zone. Body velocity. Gonna add a body velocity. So infinite's gonna be like basically this big. It just converts to infinity. Then body angular velocity. I first have to set velocity to 0, 0, 0. And same goes for angular velocity on the body angular velocity. So infinite force there. That will be able to move and actually work. Okay. It's working. I'm just gonna make this super fast. Click as fast as possible. And it actually makes me fall faster. The same thing happens in real life. When you go up faster, you jump, you fall faster. But when you're going down in like some area, then you would fall. Then you would fall slower and get higher up. You'll be able to jump higher up. So it's already moving very fast. I'm going so fast that the jumping sound doesn't play at times. I'm jumping so fast. It's already going super fast. I'm gonna go to body velocity. It's already going this fast. I'm gonna get to 0 and 60, 0. I'm jumping so fast that doesn't even play the full sound at most of the times. I'm going to add the ability to go down also. So I'm going to duplicate this into here. Then also duplicate these two. Instead this will say down. It'll make, if it's already going up, then it'll make it go down slower. So I'm going to do minus equals instead of plus equals. The clock in here is very fast. The binary thing that shows binary numbers. So I'm going to be clicking very fast. I'm jumping lower now. Body velocity. I'm gonna get it very high up. .30 is the velocity. 30 thoughts per second. It's locked to 30 thoughts per second. So each second I go up 30 thuds. So now I'm going to flip that force backwards. I'm gonna see if that's also applying. The client change is applying to the server. But does the server see it? Nope. But it's actually going down. And I'll be making this bigger. So more people can go into this hot air balloon. I'm going to add the ability to move left and right, and also forwards and backwards. So up, down, up, and then down, and then left, which is going to this. So I'm increasing the X. So step increment 0, and then 0. Then for this last one, I'm going to do right. Wait, I'm actually going to the wrong axis. Left is supposed to be negative Z. Minus equals on here. And then this will be plus equals. And then I'm going to add the ability to go backwards and forwards. So this will be our forward. Okay, step increment 0, 0. And then Then on this, I'm going to call this, I'm going to put this on backwards. Make this text say backwards. Okay, this will be minus equals. Then I'm going to add one more button, which will be the reset button. Reset. I can go out multiple directions. I'm also going to add the reset script. The script to reset it. So this will be, the step increment will be 0. I'm also going to add the flame that will come out of it. I'm gonna turn off can collide. But I'm going to also weld it using another weld constraint. So part 0 is going to be the flame and part 1 is going to be the union, which is going to be the main structure. Then I'm going to add the main fire here. I'm going to have to make it go down. Script.parent.parent.parent structure.flame.fire dot heat plus equals step increment script.parent.parent.parent structure.flame.fire size plus equals 2. If script.parent.parent.parent.structure.flame.fire.size greater than 2, then script.parent.parent.structure.flame.fire.size minus equals step increment else, and then I'm going to copy this code. Then this time we'll do plus equals. Just going to do the same for all stuff, the same for all of these. backwards. I'm actually gonna flip the direction of them. So this will become forwards. Forwards. So if it's less than 2, less than or equal to, else minus equals. So backwards is greater than or equal to 2. If it's less than or equal to 2, then if it's greater than 2, if it's greater than or equal to 2, else minus equal. Greater equals greater or equal to, greater or equal to. This will make it go up here. Up and up and up. This will make it go down and down and down. Script dot parent dot parent dot parent dot structure dot union dot by and no dot flame dot fire dot size equals 2. Then set the heat to 0. It'll always be doing the flame here. There's always going to be at least some heat. Some heat. That's probably too much heat. Well, won't be able to be seen by 2.15. Nope. I have to make it possible to be seen. But that'll make it always be seen. I'm gonna try and fix that by just using the tiniest increment possible. Maybe it's going to always need to do air. Maybe I'll always have to do the flame. Let's see if the flame even works. Do the flames staying there? But if I move it up, will the flame size change? Looks like it's changing. It's changing size. Doing it down. Will it remove it? I wonder if it will remove it. The heat, the size. Okay. That means if it was, that would mean if it was already activated. Script dot p dot p dot p dot structure dot flame dot fire dot size equals 5. I'm actually going to have it already set to 5. The same as the heat. Now cause it. It's going to be the tiniest amount of heat could do. It's going to be a little smoke from it. It's going down because the part's facing down, upside down. And set to go up. Moving on, it gets bigger and bigger. Super big now. It's not even at its max size. Maybe I put this. Maybe it's going down. Plus equal, else minus equal. Already some flame coming through. Do a tiny bit. So I can make it go up. It feels greater than 2. That's just going to cause it to get glitch out. Just going upwards. Getting bigger and bigger. Super big already. It's burning a lot of fuel. I'm gonna see if the down also works. It's also working. It's also decreasing the size. We're just gonna try and make it a little more realistic. Script dot parent dot parent dot parent. Gonna make it a little better. Step increment. And then do minus step. Minus equal. So, I'm gonna make it. There's going to be one force going in all directions. Forwards. Just going to be burning more fuel to go forwards. Then burning wants to go backwards. It's going to always be changing differently. Always change here. It's going to always change. This down won't make it less heat. I don't recommend making it go right while it's on the ground. It should only be used while it's in the air. That's where it will work the best, up in the air. So if I go up and right, The flame also is changing. Direction. The direction of the flame changing. I'm gonna reset it. Reset. I'm not sure if the reset button broke. Accidentally added a breakpoint here. Oh, I did minus equals, not equal. Not set it straight to it, directly to it. So that was why it wasn't working. I accidentally did something wrong with the scripting. But now I can move it up by clicking it. Move it left. It's gonna burn more fuel. It's gonna have to use more of the hot air to go left than it takes to go right. I can also reset it, so I can only have it go one direction. Can move here. That's a lot of the flame. I can also make it move up. Very high up. Also reset so I don't go off the base plate. Okay, so going very high up. That also takes a lot of the fuel. Very hungry for fuel. But I can reset it and make it go down again. So, let's test how high I can get with this. How high I can jump. And it starts burning less, and it also gravity is also taking effect. There's a shatter. Also going to let it go up now. Back up. Get it back up into the air. Super big. Gonna search for this and see the size of it. It's growing bigger as I click it more and more. Till it gets as big as it can and eventually stops growing And if I set heat to 0, it's still showing up, and that's because of the movement. So I can actually have 0 heat and still have it move. I'm going to reset it. Now it's as tiny as possible. going to go up high, way up high. And the faster I go, the more visible it is. It's getting super big already. I'm going to get to 25. Maybe I can't. I'm gonna get to 30 then. Oh, that's so big. Body velocity. It is going way. It's going super fast. Over 2.8 thousand studs high up. It's currently over 3,000 studs high up. And I can still see the base plate all the way from there. I'm just going to turn off fog here. So by setting fog to 0, the fog amount. While in the server. If there is any fog, I wonder if they even added. I wonder if there's still the fog here. Let's see what this looks like. The rendering broke a bit. Probably a little broken rendering happening. It still is rendering the text. Now I'm going to stop it. And I can see the binary number very high up. I'm gonna return back. To the base plate. I'm gonna go at -6. So I'm slowly getting back. And I went from just a base plate to a whole hot air balloon here. It's big. And I'm slowly returning back to the base plate. I'm gonna speed up the returning process. Just by clicking the down button a lot more. The amount of in the size of this is changing. Looks like it's changing. Okay, slowly coming back to the base plate. I don't really need a seat yet. I'm going to make a seatless version, and then I'm gonna make the seats for it, and also extend and also expand it a bit, make it bigger. Okay. I'm gonna do body velocity. Then I'm gonna click very fast. I'm going to do a big speed test. See if I can go very fast and then go back there like this fast. Nope, or else I'll fall out. This is what the seeds will do, but I'm not going to implement that yet until I make high speeds work, until I add high speed support. I'm gonna add seeds for high speed support. Maybe I might. Just going to make this smaller and also get these displays set up. Force display and speed display will show the speed, all the different stuff. Force. Gonna show the force and velocity. Then 0, 0, 0. Then I'm going to do velocity text here. And then now I have to script it. While wait, do. Then script dot p dot text equals vectory dot equals okay, script dot p dot pair dot pair dot pair dot then pair dot parent dot parent dot pair dot dot. I'm gonna go backward into a structure. Dot union dot velocity dot x dot 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 y z. So it's going to show the velocity now. I still haven't scripted the for the speed display. It's barely moving. I'm actually going to I'm going to add the speed now. Speed display. I'm going to change this to speed text. Then I'm gonna make it say 0. Then this will say speed. Okay, instead of the dot dot, then the comma as the string, I'm just going to do the pluses. Plus. Okay, so I'll show the speed. The speed is not moving right now. Before I even touch it, it's already getting a bit of motion. I'm going to get the speed very high up. Okay, there's a speed. Local step increment equals 1 instead. And then I'm going to use math.round to round it to its average. Math.round script. Gonna do this. Then put the closing parentheses. Then I'm gonna do math.round math.round is going to round it. And then math.round is going to be the last rounding to it. It's going to round it. Then so now it won't have all that crazy decimal stuff happening. Like when I touch it, it'll just say 0, about 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, it's still recording, but it's quite laggy, actually. It outputted about 6 gigabytes of data, and the reason why it's still not full even though I have this much is because I'm saving it all to here. It can go up very high, and then the speed increases. Then reset the speed, then I can go back down, and I can go back up again. It's gonna be to where I can't even see the velocity. It's behind there. I'm gonna still increase the speed to get very fast speed. Not even playing the full sound. The speed will keep track. I'm going to use it to keep track of how fast I'm going. Reset because it was so super. And then I'm going to go back down. Okay. And that works still. So now I'm going to resize it. So it's now big. So it's gonna be bigger than it was before. was very tiny, but now it's big. So it can fit plenty of Roblox characters in there. Also, I can go in there. I'm gonna go super fast. At the max speed it'll let me go at. I can still get faster. 100? Can I get to 100? 100 speed. $120? Can I get to 180 speed? The max I can go before the clicking gets a little glitched out too, because of the fast speed is about 156 for like I can barely click it. My speed is at 168, the speed. And it's going down. I can barely even click it. It's still working here. I'm going to go 10 over. Really, I want it. And then I'm going to try and reset it. Reset the velocity. The speed. Okay, now it's very clear. Now I can go down very quickly. I'm going to limit the speed. I can jump very high up. And I'm getting closer to the base plate. Okay, my speed will be minus 60, which minus means I'm going down. And then I'm going to go a little to the left. Then I'm going to reset it. I'm barely even down there. Getting very closely. Getting closer and closer. I'm going to decrease the speed of that I'm going down at. Can still jump very high. I definitely don't want to jump out of there, because gravity is getting very low. I'm going to see if a ball can even be spawned here. Yes, but does it have that low gravity? I'm falling with the ball. And the Roblox gravity fall speed. I'm not sure why I even decided to destroy everything in the game. So it's going to be nothing at all that I could do. Remove all starter player scripts. I'm going to see everything I could remove. I could even remove client replicator. I can't get that. And now I can do nothing here. Can't even. It doesn't even show me in there. Text box. I'm gonna see if there's no player here. I didn't want to even make a new one. Deleting it will destroy existing terrain. Okay. So now I'm going to add the high speed stuff, the seats that at like a very low speed won't be needed. So I'm gonna use these vehicle seats, the Roblox ones, and customize. I'm gonna see if this is even on the Roblox grid. It is. I have to move it 2 studs. Okay. So is this Y on the one stud? Nope. Barely floating. I'm gonna see how high this even is. 1.417. So I'm gonna put it back to where it was. Then enter in 1.417. 1.917. Very close. It might be perfect there. And then going to make all of these seats gonna be right back for a second. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to weld these seats. So I'm going to use Weld Constraints. Part 0 will go from here to here. Then I have to put part 0 to this. I'm going to paste into both of these. Okay, I'm going to try the seats out. So I can go up. The speed also changes, and this speed changes. It's 1 off. And go very high up. Up to ball from this high up. The orientation is stuck. I'm going to put this very high up. It's super. It's super fast. I had to delete that sphere. It's going to always fall. each time I spawn one, it's going to fall out. I'm going to change the density. I'm going to try making this mathless. Now I'm in the client. Yes, I can mess around with all the different stuff. Going to go down again. Okay. It's going to go very fast up now, and it's going to go very fast down. It might actually rise back up. Might rise up. Gonna use a move tool. Doesn't seem to be affected. So, going to pause. So nothing is changing. The time isn't running. Okay. So the time isn't running at all. So I can check if that created part is there in the client in the server. Nope. I'm just going to create a new one. And then resume it. Okay. Getting very big. The time is technically still running. It's just that nothing is moving. Didn't expect that small. I'm just going to move. Just going to part here. Then I'm going to lock the camera. So camera subject will be set to structure, union, and camera type, attach. Maybe follow, orbital. I'm going to pause the time here while stuff are still going to run like while loops. They're still going to run. I'm making it move. And it's falling. Okay. I'm just going to stop it. And it's going to move very slowly. See that? I'm going to say that going very high up. Probably like into space. Just gonna set it to a very high speed. Okay. Try and remove the flame. Make it not that big. Speed is 5. The real speed is 5, not 4. It's adding the X, Y, and Z speed, the velocities together to get the speed. Okay. I'm gonna make it do like a quarter of my monitor's refresh rate. This reset just resets the velocity to 0. It's going very quickly. Very quickly down. Okay, let's slow it down for a safe landing. It crashed. I'm gonna try and get a safe landing here. So I'm gonna get very high up. I'm actually going to repurpose the speed soon for like the altitude. Once I can get a safe landing. Safe landing. If I can get a safe landing. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the safe landing so I can safely land. It's oscillating. It's changing it. Just to make sure it has a safe land. It's just gonna be this fast. It is a little too... It crashed. Reset. So now I have to get a safe landing. Now I'm gonna try it. Okay. It's going to do a safe landing. Okay, it was a safe landing now. So, altitude display. Altitude text. While wait do script dot parent dot text equal script dot equals math dot round pixels per stud. Studs. Okay, then I'm gonna change this speed to altitude. I'm just going to subtract that by 32. Minus 32. So it'll be correctly offset. So it's only going to show the studs and how high I went from the base plate. So this is the studs per second, so I can get like 24, and if it was like a recording, then this would be the frames. This would be the frames. And like a film. Something in like a film, like a standard film frame rate is 24 frames per second. But most monitors go at 60 hertz. But my gaming PC's monitor can do 72. But Roblox is capped to 60. So here's what the frame would be. Then there's a frame rate to 60. Okay, I'm going to do a landing. I'm actually going to test some experiments very high up. Just gonna get very high up first. Let's actually get very, very high up. Still a recording. Outputted more than 8 gigabytes. It's gonna be full in approximately, and it's calculating it. It just outputted a lot more data to the file, and it keeps on it keeps on skipping frames. 294 hours and 8 minutes approximately that much time. So I'm gonna go at 60. That was the previous speed I did at. But this time I'm going to do at 75. When this will say 75. I'm actually going to do at actual 75 studs per second. So that's getting very high. The base plate is almost gone. And this is the new base plate. This is the latest base plate right now, which has all these settings. And it also has a tiny bit of sun rays, which I could increase, like make it bigger. I'm going to do 0.1 here. And 0.1 as a spread. So that'll be the intensity and spread. The intensity is how much sun rays there will be. So 0 equals basically like no sun rays. 0.01 is the minimal, like very minimal sun rays. This is, and then 0.5 is half as much as the 1 does. And this is too much sun rays. Here. 0.1, 0.2, and just leave it double as the spread. Double this spread. I'm going to reset the speed. 13,600 studs from the ground, from where it launched. So this can do minus 24 on here for a long time. I'm going to see how long it will take to get to the ground from the current height I was. So I'm gonna start the stopwatch here. And it's currently ticking, going down, lower and lower. Okay, it's taking a while for it to go down. I'm gonna make the altitude bigger. Make it so you can see it better. Okay. 50 seconds. Has been over 60 seconds. And it still hasn't came down. Even though I can jump higher here. Okay, it has been almost 2 minutes and it still hasn't went down. 10,000 studs? It just went below 10,000 studs. And my estimate is probably in like 8 minutes. Probably. And I'm going to activate the safe landing feature. So it's going to initially go at a higher speed and then it will decrease each 10,000 studs by 8 studs per second. Okay. I meant to go to 40. Okay. $24. So 24 my 8. The next one will be 16 studs per second. It's gonna go at a minimum of 8 studs per second. I'm just going to go to fast landing mode. Save fast landing mode. At 3,000 studs, I will decrease the velocity. When I get to 3,000 studs, I'm already going to reset to apply the decrease. I have to reset it, the velocity, to apply the decrease. At 2,000 studs, I will go down on the velocity again to minus 16 studs per second. I meant to click the up button. They'll slow it down. And then I'm going to keep on adjusting it to keep the safe landing. $12. I'm going to go to 11. Then 10. I said. Minus 9. It's going to. That's been over 7 minutes. I'm going to keep at the minimum speed now. Then I'm just going to let the time go down. Gonna make it so I can stop it. When I get to the bottom. Okay. The minutes was on the estimated, but not the seconds, because I'm adjusting the speed. Okay, here's the time it took to land with all those changing speeds. 0 hours, 8 minutes, 48 seconds, and 48.22 seconds. So I hope you enjoyed this, and bye. Also, I'll be publishing it for anyone that wants this.